Ladies and gentlemen, it is finally time to read. Oh, dude, listen. I think this was like my most anticipated second chapter ever. Yo, I could not wait for this chapter to drop, man. Dude, and you know something? Hold on, where's my camera at? Where's my camera? Where's the camera? Where's the camera? Bro, and this is the thing, right? Like, for me, y'all know how I am when it comes to, like, well, first and foremost, is my audio good? Audio good? Is the audio good, boys? Yeah, it's good to see y'all, man. It's good to see y'all. Shout out to my people. We're out here, Angry J, Vortex, Fable, what's good? Really hope you weren't spoiled. Dude, spoiler free, man. I have been avoiding social media all week for One Piece and JOJOLANDS. So I'm going into this 150% spoiler free. I am so excited for this greatness. Audio good? My cousin Adrian too. Okay, let's get it. Let's get it. Alright, if the audio's good, Presno, thank you. Camera Samazan Syndratic, let's get right into like one more. It's time, boys! It is time for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And you know, not only was this probably my favorite first chapter in the series, but coming into this particular chapter, my excitement was like tripled because I've been doing a reread of JoJolion, right? And like rereading that part for the first time again, it's brought back so many memories of all of that greatness, man. And like, I really, really love JoJolion, and the second read through has made me appreciate it even more than I already did. And so while going through that, I was like, man, I cannot wait for the next JoJoLands chapter to drop because I need some Iraqi heat in my life. So let me get the chapter pulled up real quick. And but man, like, yo, and then like, bro, that first chapter for JoJoLands, I read through it multiple different times. It was such a magnificent first chapter, man. You know, like, when you get master classes like that, when Iraqi, listen, I own Iraqi's storytelling book, and I feel like I didn't even have to buy it. I just had to read JoJoLands chapter 1, and I'm like, yo, this is my man's storytelling journey right here. But regardless, let's get right into it. The JoJoLands. Let's go, man. I'm so used to reading JoJo on Bototo, but now they transition over to Manga. That God, reading JoJo on Bototo for like 10 years, man. But now we've transitioned over here. JoJoLands. Look at that, bro. Look at this. 9.57 rating on Manga Dex. JoJoLands is out here. JoJoLands is flipping out here, man. So, here we go. So there's two different. Oh no, I'm going with the cool translation. So there's three different translations. There's We Need More Yankees, Dog Park, and Hiwamata Noboru. I know Hiwamata Noboru from doing my JoJolion and Toriko and Gintama, so I'm gonna go with cool. That's my own personal thing. I love me some cool, and their translations never let me down, so I'm gonna go with theirs. They even have a Spanish translation? JoJoLands is different. Regardless, let's go. Let's go, boys. Let me It's time. But make sure the camera is good, bro. I got the light on and everything, man. We're good. We're ready for tonight. Look at my shirt. It may not be Hawaii, but we're repping. You know what I mean? We're repping. Yo, Jodio, if you ever want to come down here, let's go, Poppy. You feel me? Yeah, you feel me? We reppin'. Come on, man. Not Hawaii. Not Hawaii. But if he wants to come to another tropical island, let's go. Let's go. So let's get right into it, y'all. JoJoLands, Chapter 2. The Japanese person on the island of Hawaii. Oh my gosh, man. Dude. Who is it gonna be, man? There's like a million different people that Araki can choose. to be this individual that's apparently going to give them a massive struggle. From what we heard at the end of chapter 1, an ambitious seedling. He sets his sights on being filthy rich. And he's doing the Jotaro pose right here. Pointing at the screen. We love to see it. And Gadope spread off the bat, a Rocky. So, bicycle. Over. Yo, there's been so many shots like this in the manga I've been reading lately. And shout out to York. Shout out to York. But we cut over Oahu, South King Street. Got a baddie right here. See a statue. Bike. Aloha. I'm Kate's friend. Hey, look at who she's pulling up on. Bro, what is Jodio playing over there? Is he playing the PSP? Is he playing the Switch? So I've got a big test this weekend. And I heard, ooh-hoo-hoo. Well, do you have that stuff? Mind sharing some of it with me? The stuff? So we got Jodio the dealer. Who the heck is Kate? Which Kate? I've got no clue who that is. Get lost. It's a crime for adult strangers to talk to kids. Talk to her again. Talk to her again. Trying to get me into prison. I'm trying to become filthy rich. I'm trying to become filthy rich. And Jodio's like, nah, man. If you're not in the business of making me money, I don't want to hear it. If you're not in the business of trying to help me become filthy, stinking rich, you better get off my side. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. Out here trying to get my boy in trouble. Come on, man. Kate. Get Kate out of here. What's your problem? Yo, this is straight up a Dio response, though. This is the Dio blood in him, alright? This is both the Dio and the Jotaro blood in him, technically. Because you have, like, little versions of Jotaro Kujo, who you know was a savage. And in Dio as well, which that's just self-explanatory, right? So what's your problem? Hey, hold on. Where the heck's your passion, lady? You leaving already? You a university student, sis? I mess with this dude so much. He's like, yo, I was just challenging you a bit, dog. And when I just remembered to let you some money before, didn't I? There's an empty soft drink on that bench, can't you see it? First, put the money I lent you in that can. That's the system. Pie cold crew? I only ever sell in the schoolyard. I can blend in with folks I know there. I'm putting safety first doing it there. You see, bro. Listen, man. Jodio's the type of individual to be on commercials advocating for, like, seatbelts and all of the sort, and he's the first person to get in his car, no seatbelt, driving 90 miles an hour. Bro, that's just how my boy rolls. He's preaching safety first. He's practicing it as well, but sometimes you gotta go by the seat of your pants. So he's like, yo, I only ever sell in the yard. I'm only ever selling in the yard. So he's testing her. It's like, yo, are you really about it? But Meryl May occasionally says to expand to university students and such. So the boss says to expand to university students and such. Because the economy of a totally closed off place will stagnate, you see. You need to have a fresh breeze come in once in a while. I've got $100 on me. How many grams can I buy with that? You just get a close-up of Jodio. He's like, $100? That's all you got, dog? We gotta go in order here. You go first. Put it in the can. Is it good stuff? How much can you get me? I just want to know that part first. Like in any regular store, you exchange the money and the goods at the same time, right? My boy ain't no regular store. Hey, there's something sort of fishy about you. Fishy? How? Like just a little. Whoa! You see how much is in there? I can't even see what's in there, bro. Yo, Jodio's like, son, this is approximately just how fishy you are. It's about this much, homie. And if you know about this much, if it ain't 100%, I ain't taking it. I ain't taking the deal. Like, yo, I think there's just a tiny scrunchy bit. Yo, you could fit the entirety of the solar system right here. That's what my boy Jodio's saying. Like, something you gotta listen to me. Like, just a little bit. The type of girl to become a police officer. Like, I'm getting that scent now. You're looking more policey by the minute. What the heck? Oh, yeah, my computer's dying on me. Give me a sec. Yo, return. I love this. He's testing the waters. He's like, I can't make a sell just anyone. You know, I gotta test the deal. I gotta make sure it's legit. I respect him. I respect the hustle. Yeah, that helmet bike you've got also pretty suspicious. That's a weird shaped headlight. I'll bet it's got a camera and mic stuck in it, doesn't he? He's prepared for all situations. That ice cream salesman over there, I bet you he's with you, ain't he? Where's all this coming from him all of a sudden? You're so paranoid. Then shut up and stick the money in the can, dogs. Put the money in the can. If you don't listen to my boy, listen. There's certain things to where there's tripwires, right? Like, look, put the money here or there's no business going to be done. Listen to the man you're doing business with. If you're not trying to do business, then get out of here. But if you are, put the money in the can. Shut up, forget it. I don't even want to do this anymore. What a waste of time, you stupid brat. Forget it, I'm not buying. Ding ding. I'll be nice and tell you something. But, hey, you know, police officers are people of justice, you know. Only the special support section, as far as I'm concerned. And since they're just people when they're looking for evidence, police officers can't lie. Is this a stand? Are we about to have like a Kurapika type of thing here? So you get what that means, right? If they're doing an undercover investigation or something, and any of the audio or video data shows they were lying, then that can't be used as evidence anymore. You can't submit it in court. Get it? So say if somebody asked, are you a police officer? When asked that question, a police officer would have to say, yes, I am one. That's the way of law and order. Shout out to the music playing in my head right now. If you lie to get evidence, the whole system of law would break down. So go ahead and ask me straight up. Are you a police officer? That should clear everything up, right? Yo, are you going to buy into this, Jodio? Go ahead. Be blunt. Just give it a try. Sis, are you a police officer? Nope. I am not a police officer. I'm just an ordinary college student. Okay? That's the kind of passion I like to see. Alright, you see the statue of King Kamehameha? King Kamehameha! They got King Kai? Master Roshi? They got Goku in this thing? Bro, if I turn the screen and I see Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi 4? Oh, Jodio's gonna be in Budokai Tenkaichi 4. This is what I be talking about, man. You see, nobody makes more money moves than Hirohiko Araki. Man is in Gucci magazine. They be celebrating my man in Italy and in Florida, and now collaborating with Dragon Ball with Akira Toriyama himself. King Kamehameha. Walk straight in that direction. Go on. That's it. Keep going. Is that supposed to be alternate reality Goku? Can't even tell what that statue is. Looks like a Trojan. Go on, that's it. Keep going. So she's going away on the bicycle. It's under your foot. You stepped on it. Look down. Is that hot pants? Bro, look at that. Look at that hat. You can't tell me that the first thing you don't think of is that hot pants, son? Shout out to hot pants, man. Shout out to hot pants. Jodio finally got the money out the can. It was real deal under the leaves. Like, you remember that one arc in JoJoLand? It was the one whenever him and Joshu were walking down that one street, and everything kept happening as long as like they would slip on the stuff that was on the floor. It was very reminiscent to that one thing in part 4. A really, really incredible arc. A little mini arc that they did there. But similar to that, we have a situation here where the stuff is being hidden right here under a leaf. She was actually a part of the Force! After all that! Yo, Jodio, the next page I better see is November Rain. Turn her into SpongeBob. She's a liar. And she ain't a truther. She's a liar. Yo, November Rain better turn her into SpongeBob right now. On your knees! We see the badge. We see the pistol. By the authority vested in me by the American DEA, I'm placing you under arrest. Dang! Did somebody get popped? On your knees! Jodio's on his knees? You're under arrest for possession and distribution of illicit substances. You're kidding me. And then here we see Honolulu police handcuff. My boy's getting sent for real? Is this for real? Bro, she really caught my man in 4K. You look there, you see the headlight on the bike? It's got a mic and camera in it. Bro, my man called it out. My man called it out and everything. Yo, Jodio's IQ, top 1. He's 15. Out here with eyes and levels of just looking ahead. 15. Carter Curry levels of observation hockey. 15. Out here plotting like he's Lelouch v. Britannia. Like he's Light Yagami. 15. My boy's potential is the limit. The sky is the limit for my man's potential. The headlight on the bike has got a mic and camera, and everything you just did has been recorded. In 4K! We've got proof of that whole thing. Got that? You liar. You better not think you're going to get away with this. What happened to Law and Order, huh? You friggin' tricked us. Bro, I keep thinking that's Hot Pants, man. This is everything. The proof. We've got it. You kids are gophers, aren't you? It's your boss we're really after. We're going to track them down. Read them their rights and lock them up. Come on, Jodio. Yo, this man is getting the camel clutch. Hey, 15-year-old. Look over here. Yeah, it us. Remember us, brat? Not these dudes again, bro. Oh, yo, SpongeBob this man, please. Please. Man, I'm glad we decided to work with the DEA today. Is that Guile? Look at that guy in the top right. You can't tell me that's not Guile from Street Fighter. Look at his hair. I could never forget the sensation of touching that soft cheeks. Is your cute big brother doing okay? I dream about him every night. Yo, pop off my dog Dragona. Yo, you don't want to see Dragona. You better keep dreaming because he ain't coming even close to Dragona. Get me? Yo, Dragona's putting this man to sleep. Sleep. Don't even get near my dog Dragona. Scum. This will make for some sweet memories. I'll get to haul you into the back of a dark concrete room. And my dog says he wants to rub the grudge me against you so bad, especially against. Yo, if we continue this onslaught against Dragona, you're gonna have to see me in hands. You're gonna have to see me in hands. How did this man get back a reoccurring role after what he did last year? How is he still breathing? I thought November Rain killed him. Back then I should have killed you bastards. Well, there it is. I thought you did. How was he still alive after having all those holes put in him? But you really don't matter. Just letting you know, I'm aware my big bro is cute. We pay respect to our family out here, dog. Are you kidding me? Jodio's like, yo, that's why I gotta do my thing. I'm well aware of the business. That's why I'm here. Making sure nothing happens to my brother. You don't find people like that every day, man. People that look out for their brothers, whether they're there or not. Dragona's somewhere in the Flagnards. And my dog is sticking up for Dragona right here, right now. Like, yo, I'm aware. The homie looks good. So don't say it again. I'll let you off the hook with just the memories. Just the memories. Because after all, there's no proof you can arrest us with. That goes for her so-called proof, too. Is that November Rain? Let's go. Let's go. Drip, drip, drip. Huh? Rain. So we see she looks up, carrying this stuff, ice cream truck, stars popping down. And so the November Rain stuff is going through the stuff. So we see the rain droplets are going through the paper, hit the stuff. Yo, a Rocky dope spreads go crazy, man. So it hits the stuff. We turn the page. We see that it's not hitting her, but it is most certainly hitting the stuff. So they look back, goes through. It's on the floor. November Rain. Bro, you can't tell me that isn't one of the rawest standings of all time, bro. November Rain, son. Dude, if I had a stand called November Rain, I'd be the king. I'd have a crown on my head at all times. Like, what? November, I wanted to say something to these people, but it's probably better if I don't say anything I don't have to. Even if I did say it to them. People that can't see them never look at them. You just see this menacing panel of November Rain hovering over these two flagnards. And you see his shoes start getting indented in. And I'm pretty sure they're going through deja vu. Like, you already tried this man once before. And now, like, come on, dog. Ah! What's with this rain? Dude, how many dope spreads is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Rocky, this is monthly. Like, I get it. We're only on chapter 2. We're only on chapter 2, dog. Relax. My man's pen game. Isn't he 60? 60 going on 30. How many dope spreads is that in a row? So we see the officers. They go up to old girl, Jodio. Is this your rain, Jodio? Nice. I'm really starting to like that guy. Yo, my dog destroyed the evidence and got everybody up off his grill. It's my MC. So this is a totally different subject. But the school I go to has psychological counseling. That might be related. I didn't want to take it, but I had to take the psychological test. Also, they charge a fee to take it. I wonder what that fee is. Anyways, a psychotherapy doctor said there's a chance I have antisocial personality disorder. In other words, I'm a psychopath. Hey, doctor, that whole antisocial part. Calling me that kind of hurts, you know? So, he has this antisocial personality disorder, which, of course, would label him to officially be called a psychopath. That is very interesting. So we're going to be dealing with somebody who has an antisocial personality disorder as a main character here. The test had a 20-question checklist and 18 of the items applied to me, apparently. Cannot control their actions, a lack of a guilty conscience, or feelings. I hate these kind of tests, dude. They just have the stupidest questions. Just for me personally, like sometimes you'll take them whenever you're applying for a job, and it'll say the stupidest stuff, dude. Like, listen. Either give me the question. It's like it'll give you the same question like 10 times in a row just to make sure you always answer the same. You always answer the same thing over and over and over again, right? It's just I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe it's all the applications I've done in my life, but it's just it's super. Regardless. So my mom, Barbara Ann, I don't trust it. There must be some mistake. You don't just diagnose a child with that. We want our money back. Yelled that back at him. I said, I'll be careful. That was all. Yo, I feel like I'm seeing... I feel like I'm seeing a familiar situation here for my thing. That was all. Can I become happy? Oh, man, Araki's gonna be cooking, dude. This is the stuff I'm weakest to in fiction, man. You got a 15-year-old here asking if they can become happy. If having this disorder, this thing that is outside of his control, given to him by God the moment that he was born. He was born with this thing, if he even has it. And now he's being told by this doctor, by this individual that's probably just telling him this in order to give him some sort of medication. Right? Like, it doesn't even necessarily have to be true, but even if, leaving that out of the way, let's just say this is true, right? And he has this disorder, he's dealing with this thing. And this is something that has been given to him by fate, right? And obviously we know how JoJo is in regards to going against your fate, going against your destiny, and stuff of that nature. But this person is both a Joestar and a Dio, so it's like, at this point in time, we have a character where, at such a young age, already having gone through so much, he has a question, background, of can I become happy? I'm pretty darn sure I can. I'll work hard. But the reality of this world is that you run into folks like that in these hidden places, and they don't play fair. So hitting the question of can I become happy with a, I'm pretty sure I can. I'll work hard for it. But the reality of the world may say something different. It's getting me to piss the hell off. Oh, man. Yeah, if I could, just when I thought I couldn't love this character more than I already do, Araki gives me this. He's mad at this situation he's being presented in, not just at himself, right? Not just at the people around him. He's mad at the reality of the world. He's mad at everything around him. And that's something that I think anybody at that age especially, right? Anybody at 15 years old could most certainly relate to, right? Like that is most certainly something that I know I was feeling at that age. It's a very rebellious thing, like asking why certain things happen to me, right? And I'm sure a lot of other individuals have gone through the same thing, and it's like you start questioning, why were you placed in these situations to begin with, and stuff of that nature. So to have Jodio asking this question, and then answering it, and then hear his responses, this is getting me mad. Like, dog, I'm doing something about this. Love it. Love it. And we get to see an outer panel of Hawaii here. The JOJOLANDs. Hawaii Island Kona Airport. The airport. The Japanese dude. The JOJOLANDs. Another dope spread, my god. Hey there. Oh, sorry, my bad. They had a maintenance inspection or something, so my plane was late. Oh yeah, we have the electric hair dude from last chapter. Hold on a second, I'll just send an email and sort everything out. Another Dragona! Bro, we have another dope spread. What is Araki on? Is that like 10 in this chapter? Goodness gracious. So we got Paco Taco, Dragona, and Jodio. Hey, it was your job to get the car, so we've just been waiting here. I know 3 people would have been plenty. Listen up, this is an island. It's a big place, but it's closed off. It's important that we get the job done and catch the last plane back to Oahu in the evening. You can forget about spending the night here once we have the item. Once we have the item. Hey, come on now. It's not going to be a problem. I mean, it's still only 1 p.m., right? In fact, we've probably got too much time on our hands before evening. Don't worry, the rental car place I know is safe. They've got cars with no onboard cameras and no navigation history. And I love that callback, right? That's a callback to in JoJolian when they were trying to use Paisley Park in order to go into Jobin's Lamborghini. That was a nice Lamborghini, man. Real convenient, huh? So let's split the rental car fee, okay? $30 each should cover it. Hold on, what was your name again? He's Usagi Aloha. Aloha? I don't even know how to say that, dude. Aloha Oe. I'm just gonna call him Usagi, alright? It's Usagi. I'm 17, and I know Dragona-chan is 18. You're 19, and Jodio is 15. Looking forward to working with you. Well, time to get moving. This guy's definitely an addict. He's completely wired up. But Meryl may vouch for him, saying she said he's a good kid. I say we trust her. So they all get in the whip. Yo, that's a nice looking whip too, dog. We're doing a promotion right now. If you bring your ticket, your next rental will have 1 day free, just $90. 90, huh? Because it was $30 each, right? Another double pay spread. Yo, bro, Araki ain't human, dog. Listen, if there's one person on this planet that I know for a fact might have actually taken the mask from part 1, like, I feel like JoJo part 1, heading into part 2, might have actually been Araki's actual story, where this man found a mask and somehow made himself immortal. This ain't human. Look at this junk, dude. Yo, you can just hear the music playing in the car, the whip. Speed limit 35. You already know they're going like 55 on this thing. So they're running into traffic here. They're still vrooming and zooming. Another dope spread. We continue. We see a villa here. We see looks like the exterior of a house. The whip. They're all waiting outside the whip. Jodio, Dragona. Jodio whispers something in Dragona's ear. This person is holding up in their house all alone. It's so nice out, but for whatever reason, it doesn't seem like they want to go outside. They might not even leave their home for the rest of the day. Just so you know, this person staying home has nothing to do with me being late. What time is it? We did some good intel, though. Tell them, Jodio. There's a garden on the opposite side of the property. There are drinks on the poolside table there. There were glasses, ice, ginger ale, and Kona coffee. There's a towel and an iPad on a chair. An iPad on a chair! So they're not going to leave the property, but they're going to come out to the terrace to swim. They're going to exercise or maybe just hang out in the garden pool. So this is where the garden pool is located, right? There's 5 bedrooms, a study, 6 bathrooms, and a 2nd floor. That's a big behind house. 5 bedrooms, a study, 6 bathrooms. Brother, what do you need 6 bathrooms for? Well, I guess if it's a vacation home. That makes sense. If it's a vacation home. And a 2nd floor. This could work. Jodio, you're sure this person is alone in the house, right? I'm certain of it. It's just a Japanese person there alone right now. There's no sign of a family, a maid, an AC repairman, nothing. Unless some visitor happens to show up, no one else is here. Okay, that settles it. When they head into the pool, we make our move. Jodio will continue being on lookout. We won't be in there for any more than 15 minutes. We find the diamond without this Japanese person noticing and go. Those Japanese folks are a peace-loving people after all. Araki, what you trying to say, dog? I pretty much know where to look. We go for this huge master bedroom. If there's a safe there, we open it. I getcha. Everyone put your earphones in. Masks too. Earphones and masks. Yo, they're heading in for real. Ocean's 11 style. Ready when talking on the radio, make sure not to say anyone's names. We're using codec? Metal Gear Solid style? Yo, somebody better refer to Jodio as Snake, so I can call him the real GOAT. I can call him the real Peak Fiction, alright? Somebody call Jodio Solid Snake, man. Oh, cool, alright, let's do colors for code names. I'll call you Pink. Power Rangers? I'll call you Pink, and I'll be Blue, Pink-chan. You shut up. So, we look down, we see them pulling up. Is that a cat? So we see a cat, it goes in. There's cameras, huh? Pink-chan, say I want the camera. You need to say it, I want the camera. I can't be the one to say it. I want the camera. Okay. Goes over to the side. Is this a part of his ability? It must be. So we see this thing pop out. What in the flagnards do you call that? It's got a sharp head. Pops out of his hand. I'm not gonna lie, this thing has a cool design. So it goes over to the wall, jumps up, gets onto the camera, starts melting into the camera. So it becomes a part of the camera, and the camera splits into 2. That's the Mate Kudasai. That's its name. Mate Kudasai? This man has Shadow Clone Jutsu as a stand? Look at this thing, dog. It is like a perfect copy, like he's Kisei from Crocodile Basket. That's the Mate Kudasai. That's its name. It transforms into something there that someone wants. It transforms into something there that someone wants. That is an OP ability. It sure would be nice if it could turn into what I wish for, though. Oh, it can't be him. That's why he specifically asked Dragona to say that. The wish made there be 2 cameras to let them record. That means there'll be 2 videos recorded too. A real one and a fake one. Left camera, right camera. Oh, so those are the differences. One of them is not going to be the real thing. I see. It's okay to come through. Left camera, all clear, right camera. As for which is the fake one, left camera, there's no way to figure that out, so you can't use it as proof. Right camera. That's actually a really good ability to have for someone going in like on a mission like this, right? Okay, let's head in. Right camera. See someone's feet? The swimming dude? I can't tell who that is, dog. Another dope spread. I'm a fake fan, dude. I can't tell who that is. Am I blind? I'm a fake fan, dude. I can't tell. Foo! Turns over. Falls on their back. Jodio's got binoculars. That Japanese person, I know who he is. He's famous. I've got some books by him at home. I see his anime online. His anime. Rohan! Let's go! Wait a minute! Bro, there's only one dude. There's only one dude in the verse who's out here rocking some manga, some anime, dog. I've got some books by him at home. I see his anime online all the time. I see, so he's holding up on a villa on his own. It's gotta be Rohan. It's gotta be Rohan, bro. It's gotta be Rohan. It is! Let's flip and go, man! So, Rohan was the dude at the end of last chapter. Oh, we're gonna see Heaven's Door. This man transcends. He transcends the parts. This dude transcends the parts. That mangaka, yo, look at how fire he looks in part 9. Kishibe Rohan. And he's like the one character that has not changed. The target's name is Kishibe Rohan to be continued. I'm not gonna lie, I really thought it was gonna be Josuke. I really thought it was gonna be Josuke. Araki was like, nah, son. Nah, son. We're bringing Kishibe Rohan back. Dude, Rohan's one of my favorite characters, so this makes me super happy. This makes me super, super happy, man. Wait, so how in the world is... Did this... Is this I don't even know what to think anymore. This man Rohan transcends time and space. He looks exactly the same. My man has his pen as an earring. Bro, my boy, man. That's my dog, dude. That is one of my favorite characters in all of JoJo. The only character that I resonate with so much. Like, this dude, I like, whenever I watch like the Rohan specials on Netflix, I was like, bro, he is I and I is him. I get him. I understand him. He's one of the main reasons why part 4 is still so high for me. It's flipping Rohan, man. So does he just transcend space and time, bro? Like, he looks exactly the same. Like, dude. Yeah, Sage, bro. Jodio's a fan. My boy Jodio is a fan, bro. He's a fan of Rohan. Dude, I gotta know what his anime is called. I've got some books by him at home. I see his anime online all the time. Rohan made it as a mangaka, man. So part 4 Rohan was Araki on the come up. And part 9 Rohan is after a mangaka's already made it. So I wonder if that's going to go into... You know how we've had the conversation about Jodio learning there's more to life than money, right? And how that's going to be a prevalent theme within this particular part. I wonder if Rohan is going to be an individual that is going to have a conversation with him about that, right? Just in regards to success. It'll kind of feel like a Rocky talking directly to the reader of like what success to him actually means, because we know Rohan, at the realistic Rohan from part 4, all he wanted was to have the best new ideas to put into a story, and he took whatever inspiration possible, right? He just wanted to have new ideas. That's what drove him. That's what drove him to create the best story possible. So if Rohan is the same here, I'm pretty sure Jodio is going to come at him and is going to be like, yo, how do you feel about all the money you got, all the success you got? And my boy's going to be like, yo, I don't care about none of that. Like, you know, and it might put a whole new perspective on how Jodio sees success. So I wonder if that's why Araki chose Rohan to be the individual that they meet here. I'm so fascinated. I'm so flippin' fascinated. Yo, Andres Gonzalez, thank you so much for renewing your membership for 13 months. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Part 9 is actually Thus Spoke Kishibe chapter 24. That's facts, ultimate power. That is facts. That is hard facts. Peak, y'all. Straight peak, man. My boy. Rohan is Araki's self-insert, I've heard. I mean, Rohan and Araki are the same person. I am Rohan. You know what I mean? Rohan is the one thing that stays the same in all universes. He wrote himself into part 9. Dude, with Heaven's Door, he could do anything. Oh my gosh. Bro, I can't wait to see what Heaven's Door could do in... Because the thing is, Heaven's Door was already OP in part 4. With the way Araki's been doing stands lately, and how insanely, not just overpowered, but in the unique ways he's been using them lately, if they actually do end up fighting Rohan, if Rohan is going to be a stand battle they have to fight against, what in the world could... Bro, how are they going to defeat Heaven's Door? That is... That's going to be wild, man. The pen is mighty, Nasty Ninja facts. The pen is 90. Dude, look at how good he looks, bro. It's my boy Rohan, man. Imagine his the anime's called JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Rohan is for real the new Jotaro appearing in parts so casually. Yo, facts. Facts. Masks aren't gonna work when Rohan will just use Heaven's Door to learn everything about Jodio and the crew. That's exactly right, Pork. That's exactly right. We have so Northside said we have a Joestar. This part was a Zeppeli. Will the Zeppeli be the final villain? Bro, could you imagine? Out of all the characters, the bloodlines that we have yet to see, the final villain of the potential final part is Zeppeli. unable to overcome their own fate and their own destiny, just like the rest of the series, comes face to face with someone that has both Dio, Brando, and Joestar. Oh, no, that'd be crazy, man. That'd be peak. Rocky Magic System saying top tier in the entire fantasy genre. It truly is Syndratic. It truly, truly is. Heaven's Door evolved a lot in Thus Spoke Rohan chapters compared to it in part 4. I think the thing is, right, and going on to Angry Jay's comment right under that, is even if we never got the Thus Spoke Rohan chapters, to me, with the way Araki's doing stands now, a Heaven's Door now would be way more OP than it was in that part. Because the way he's been doing stands specifically, from Steel Ball Run until now, but especially after JoJolian, is that they are so unique. Even stands that are similar to ones that we saw in the past, because we know that Part 4 and Part 8 share a lot of the quote-unquote same stands that like do different things, but we see like how crazy they got in Part 8, right? So in Part 9, now that we have Rohan, if he really still has Heaven's Door, I can't wait to see how an Araki now would use that ability compared to the Araki whenever he was writing Part 4. Because I'm sure if they truly end up fighting this man, it's going to be extremely OP. It would already be OP just with the Part 4 abilities given to it. Just like was brought up earlier by Pork, in regards to him being able to go into their minds and write certain things, find out the history, flip the pages and stuff like that. Even if the ability is just that, it's going to be crazy. Now we add on additional potential things as well. Rohan could be one of the most OP dudes in the entire series. Easy. So I wonder how Araki's going to mess with Heaven's Door now after all of this. Like, after all of these years of not having written a battle with Heaven's Door. I mean, he has with the Rohan stuff. But just in the actual like manga itself, I wonder how he's going to play around with Heaven's Door. Especially with the way the stands are now. Man, dealing with November Rain. Oof. And like it said at the end of chapter 1, this is going to be something extremely difficult for them. And we can definitely see why now. It's Rohan, dude. Peak stuff, Vortex, man. Thundercross Split Attack Part 9 version when? Yo, soon. Ultimate Power, soon. Oh, Porke, that's interesting. So, it'll be similar to like how in Part 6, actually, yeah, that would be a parallel to Part 6, where Poochie was doing everything means necessary to get that disc, right? In order to receive the information necessary in order for him to complete his mission. So it would be a great parallel for Rohan right now, for all of us to fill in the gap by him going directly into not using a disc obviously, but by going and using Heaven's Door to find that information, and then it reveals it to us, the reader, on who Jodio and Dragona's father is, which I think is going to be a very important thing for the series moving forward. Now, going into what Northside says. If that pops, it's his final name, it says Zappelli, or Poochie, or anything of the sort, I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna scream, man. But it's like, yo, that makes perfect sense. We would get early payoff to that chapter, look through the book, see what both of their parents are actually called, or the Pops is actually called, and then the mystery was to remain on the Pops on the Kira side of things. You know, that's what I'm racking my brain on, the one in white, about Rohan from the original universe, or if this is like this universe specific Rohan. If So the two scenarios obviously equally exciting. If this is the original Rohan, that would imply that he survived when the universe was reset. So that implies a whole new can of worms, right? With like time travel and or not necessarily time travel, but someone coming in from another reality to serve within this reality. I'm not sure if Araki wants to do something like that, but if he does want to play around with something like that, what better way than a character like Rohan, right? What better way? So if we are going to introduce something like that within this part, then with Rohan or like having Rohan appear like this in his original state, that would actually explain a lot. All right, so that would be the first part, which I don't know if Araki really wants to do that. The second part of this actually being this universe's Rohan, implying that Rohan, which also I think might be something from Araki himself, stating that no matter how many different realities would pass, Araki would still be a mangaka. And if Rohan really is the self-insert for Araki, this would be his way of saying no matter how many realities go by, no matter how many parallel universes are created within the JoJo universe, Rohan will continue to be a mangaka. There is nothing this man loves more in this world than a mangaka. You can search any parallel universe, you can search any alternate reality. In any of those realities, Rohan will be on the path to becoming a world-renowned mangaka. And in that way, I think it really does go into what Jodio was saying earlier on in the chapter in regards to, like, do I have the right to be happy, right? And it's like, I'm pretty sure I can, and it leads him into wanting to answer that question and go on a journey, right? I don't know if Jodio would be any different in any other different reality, but seeing someone like this who potentially will always be the same in every reality presents another scenario for Jodio to potentially learn a brand new mechanism from someone like a Rohan, right? What that mechanism is, I'm not sure, because there's so many things that are within Rohan's mind, so many, I'm sure, philosophies and ideologies he could potentially teach Jodio. I'm not sure which one of those is the one. But I love that idea, either idea, of this being the original Rohan that would give us some sort of insight into someone who has the knowledge of stuff that took place in the original reality, or someone who's just exactly the same because no matter how many different realities there are, they are going to remain the same. And I think that's also a cool thing to explore in a JoJo parts after the reset, where we've seen so many different characters that's still, like Diego Brando, for example, that he maintains so much of Dio within him, right? But he's also a little different. But Rohan is completely the same to our knowledge. And that presents a brand new scenario. "100% Syndratic. 90 chess. 90 chess. Given part 7 was a twist on parts 1 and 3, it was a twist on 2 and 4, and 9 is a twist on 5 and 6. Do you think there'll be a traitor in this group?" That's a good point, North Side. Yeah, revisit to when Fugo was supposed to betray. So do you think the traitor could potentially be Usagi then from this chapter? He's the one that seems most suspicious. But maybe because Usagi is the one we're supposed to be suspecting, it might actually end up being someone else, right? It could be Pakutako, right? Epic Soul says Hot Fog Guy, aka Pink Guy, aka Usagi, reminds me of Doppio. That definitely does. Definitely does. Oh, Northside says that Mate Kudasai is a song by King Crimson. That stuff like that blows my mind when I hear that. That's how you know stuff is intentional. That's how you know stuff is intentional. That's super cool. That's super cool. The thing Jodio said about happiness reminds me a lot of the themes of JoJolian 2, which had to do with achieving happiness, exactly the one in white. You know, JoJolian was so much about achieving happiness and coming to terms with, is learning about my past truly what's important, right? Like, does my past make who I am? Am I who I am because of my past, or am I who I am because of the present? It's one of my favorite things about JoJolian, about establishing identity in that regard. And one of the main things that was covered there is that thing in happiness. And so to see that continue on here, with this part, I think it'll be really cool, especially with the first chapter set up, right? And the type of series is going to end up being with someone who's in full pursuit of a dream that it's not necessarily impossible by any stretch of the imagination, right? Becoming filthy rich. That's actually very plausible compared to other dreams that I've seen. But I think the journey to get to that point is going to have a lot of questions like that. Like, do I deserve to be happy? Do I deserve to have this? Stuff of that nature. This man is asking these questions at 15 years old, dude. Jodio is definitely the new Giorno. Facts. That's a good point, Ultimate Power 01. That's a good point. With Valentine, Johnny, and Diego, we definitely did see the two universe counterparts that looked exactly the same. You're absolutely right. It could, Nasty Ninja. It could. Need the antagonist now? I wonder, Sage, because if this is a parallel to Part 5 and Part 6, either we keep... Because, bro... Oh, man. Now I'm really curious, right? Regardless of which of the two they go with, oh my god, a combination of the two would be crazy. A combination of the two, combination of Diavolo and Rico Pucci. What would that even be? Dude, that would be a person that we won't see for a long time. That would actually be similar to Part 3. And kind of like how we hear of this individual, but we don't see them until almost the very end of the story. Right? So, potentially, this part's main antagonist could end up being like a Sephiroth type of role where we don't actually end up like coming face to face with them for quite some time. But it also could be a Pucci scenario where the character is very heavily involved. And not only... See, but the thing is, if this character is related to Pucci, and Pucci, we know how connected he was to Dio in the original verse, then what about the Pucci in this universe? Since we know Jodio has a piece of Dio in him. I'm curious. Yo, Namer, what's good, yo? What is good? No, it's only chapter 2 of part 9. We don't need a villain now. Plus, I have a theory that Jodio will be the final villain. The rest of the crew will have to talk sense into him. Dude, if Jodio himself is the final villain, this is going to be the top 1 JoJo part. I honestly thought that's where Rocky was going with part 8. I thought that that Josuke, early, I'm talking pre-backstory, when we found out that he was a combination of Kira and Josuke. I thought that the final villain was going to be Josuke at the end. Technically, his Kira side. This was before the flashback. So, like, pre-flashback, I was like, yo, the final villain of this part is going to be Kira with Killer Queen. And I held on to that theory for so long. And then we got the flashback, and I was like, nah. Not at all. I had so much love for Kira after that flashback. I was like, nah, man, nah. So that was my original theory going into the end of part 8. So if part 9 actually ends up being the one that has the main character be the final villain, that'd actually be really cool. Especially with his name and with the way this part is. I think that'd be a really cool way to send off the series. Potentially. If you have the main character also be the final individual everybody else has to face. That would definitely... If that is the case, Epic Soul, that would be the most emotional finale. Judio's potential backstories could also parallel extremely well with Josuke. That's a good point. Excuse me, being the combination of different people. That is definitely a good point. That is definitely a good point. There's a theory that his Rohan is actually a grown-up Tsurugi who takes the pen name. Oh, Christian, now that's a wild theory. I didn't even think about that. I didn't think about the possibility this is someone who's only Rohan in name that looks like them too. A grown-up Tsurugi. With Paper Moon? Oh, man. Whoever came up with that theory, that's actually some like giga brain stuff, man. I did not think about that. That's interesting. If this really isn't Rohan, that is a very interesting alternate reality there. That's a good point, Ultimate Power in Sage. About him being 15, being easily influenced. And then, of course, him being diagnosed with that in this chapter could very well end up being the case to him going off the deep end at the end, right? Just chilling, probably finish watching this week's North. Yo, nice. I need to catch back up to Northern War, man. The can that become a happy moment might be the main conflict in that case. Maybe he just feels he has to do something to be happy. Yeah, absolutely, Epic Soul. Part 1 Dio's original goal was to get filthy rich, and his method was to first steal the Joestar estate. Yeah. And Jodio may be the villain. He could be. Could be. He very well could be. Man, dude. Like Epic Soul said, that would be such a sad finale. But it would be so rocky. Wow. Dude, that would actually be peak fiction. Like, if that would be a route that he would want to take, that would actually be incredible. It would be unique, something brand new for the series. Man, is he gonna get his own Vanilla Ice? His own Fuji? The name itself could be a foreshadow, then it very well could be. Very well could be. Imagine we have 10 years-ish of JoJoLands ahead of us. Dude, that's the thing, right? Like, if this is going to be around the size of JoJolian, then bare minimum 10 years. Bare minimum. Rocky's going to be in his 70s when he finishes his part, if he goes that long. Araki stated that JoJo's have Rick House hearts. I don't think he'll make Joestar a bad guy. Then there's also that as well. Then there's also there as well. Well, but then again, Christian, he isn't a full JoJo. He's a JoJo and a Dio. You feel me? So that is true. JoJolin didn't come out as often, especially towards the latter half of its run. It definitely did take quite a few months off. Yo, missed. I watched the first 3 episodes of JoJo's Part 1 a while back, and that stuff was funny. Dio's such a menace, but I didn't get back into it in a minute. Dude, it's some greatness, miss. It is some greatness. It is some greatness. It's a big journey. It's a big journey. Giorno was a good guy. That's a good point. No, Giorno might have actually been like the nicest guy out of all the JoJo's, honestly. And he had that Dio blood in him. That's a good point. That is a good point. All right, yo, have a good one. Take care. Been thinking about what game I should play after I finish the CS4. I'm thinking I should hop on Kingdom Hearts. Dude, if you hop on Kingdom Hearts, you let me know how you feel about those games. Those games are legendary. Giorno stole Koichi's money. He did. He actually did. Giorno was good for ruthless facts. Johnny was morally great the whole series. Yeah, the entire series, which is why I loved what Araki did with him. Jodio might even be further than Johnny. I think Jodio is gonna be like probably the most morally like on the scale. Jodio for me, this is a Trails reference, but Jodio for me is like gonna be like Van Ark Ride, where he's gonna be right in the middle. Like he's gonna be right in the middle of it all. Like not over here. I'm talking about straight down the middle, as gray as you can possibly be. So much so it creates a new color. That is what Jodio is gonna be. Jodio is gonna be like sometimes fully on this end, sometimes fully on this end, but most of the time he's going to be right down the middle, as we saw in this week's chapter. But Jodio is different. He's a bad guy, but he's extremely based. So it's all up to what he does. Being 15 makes it a time of change in his life. It does. It does. And that's what's going to make his journey so powerful, Epic Soul. The fact that he is 15. And has so much to learn still, right, about life, about the reality of the situation, and how that's going to change him as a person. And I think that's why Araki specifically made him that age, with a story that's going to go as deep as this one, right? Jodio playing Metroid Prime on a Switch while selling stuff. We understand. Like, come on, bro. The man was playing the Switch, bro. Like you said, he was probably playing Metroid Prime. He might have been playing some Fire Emblem. Like, man, my guy was going in while selling some. No, like, you gotta respect it. Gotta respect it. Hope chapter 1076 was the best reaction so far. It was epic. I appreciate you, Yo Turd, man. That was a fun chapter. That was a fun chapter. Jodio's been great so far, man. I really love him, Sage. He's a really fun character. Across the board. Across the board. But yo, we're gonna go and call it here for the JoJoLands takeout. So much for being here, man. Hopefully we can do these as often as usual. And I apologize for being so late for it. So like, if I could have done it any earlier, I would have. I think it dropped like on Wednesday, right? And of course Thursday we have One Piece. Friday, I tried to do this all day. Finally got the opportunity to do it now. But JoJo is here. So glad to be covering it and talking about it. So, it's been a ton of fun, man. Like, JoJoLands has so much potential for greatness, and we're seeing it continue to excel each and every single week. And we love it. We absolutely love it. Recon, you and Vortex got the Liverpool and Man United rivalry. Yeah, nothing but love for Vortex. Yeah, but we do have that rivalry. They have been fire this whole part, Winston, man. Have a good one, Namer, man. Like you said, if you start that Kingdom Hearts, let me know. Till next time, Recon, salute. Yo, absolutely, my boy. Absolutely. Also, I've started Trails a few months back, and I finished FC. I'm so crazy in peak. I'm on. Yo, you're on SC. Yes, sir. Missed, man. Keep me updated. Y'all have a good night. Take care. It was a fun one. My boy Rohan is back. JoJoLands going strong. We love to see it. And it's just great to have JoJo back. To look forward to on a regular basis. I don't know how Araki did it with all the dope spreads that were in this chapter and whatnot. It really felt like a pure JoJo chapter, and so many things are being cooked right now in the kitchen, which is exciting stuff. So I will see y'all. Take care for some more stuff later on in the weekend. Rohan is back, bro. Like, you know how many possibilities are gonna come of this?